Have you ever wondered what it truly feels like to finally stop pretending? To let go of the act and just be yourself, no matter how scary that might seem? For so long, I didn't even realize I was wearing a mask. I thought I was just doing what everyone else did. Fitting in, keeping the peace, making sure I didn't rock the boat. But deep down, I was hiding from myself. Here's my story. Before chapter 6, I was just getting by, playing roles, people-pleasing, drifting through life with a smile that didn't reach my eyes. I became an expert at blending in, at saying what I thought people wanted to hear, at nodding along even when my heart wasn't in it. I was surrounded by people, but I felt invisible, like I was living someone else's life. On the outside, everything looked fine. I had friends, a job, a routine, but inside I was lost, burnt out and lonely. Even in a crowd, I felt like I was always performing, always on edge, terrified that someone would see through the cracks. The loneliness was the worst part, feeling like no one really knew me, not even myself. Chapters 1 through 5. Survival mode. School, job, expectations. Checking boxes, never asking why. I was so focused on doing what I was supposed to do that I never stopped to ask what I actually wanted. I was living on autopilot, just trying to make it through each day. But chapter 6 was different. That's when I finally broke, or maybe finally broke free. It wasn't a dramatic moment, but a slow realization that I couldn't keep living this way. I reached a crossroads. Keep pretending, or finally face the truth about who I was and what I needed. I remember sitting in my car one evening, headlights off, hands on the wheel, feeling nothing and everything all at once. The world outside was moving, but I was frozen, stuck between fear and hope. In that quiet, I realized I was tired of running from myself. That night, I made myself a promise. No more pretending, no more hiding behind smiles or silence. I owed it to myself to find out who I really was, even if it meant losing people or starting over. If I was going to keep going, I had to get real. I had to face the parts of myself I'd ignored for years, the fears, the dreams, the pain, and the hope. It was terrifying, but it was also the most honest thing I'd ever done. I started writing, letters, poems, honest words just for me. I poured out everything I'd been holding in, letting the truth spill onto the page. Writing became my way of making sense of the chaos inside, of finding my own voice again. I had tough conversations and asked myself the scary questions. I reached out to people I trusted, even when it felt awkward or uncomfortable. I learned that honesty can be painful, but it's also freeing. Who am I really without all the masks? Without the roles I'd played for so long? I started to see glimpses of the real me. Messy, imperfect, but genuine. Saying no was hard. Some people left. But the ones who stayed saw the real me. And for the first time, I did too. I realized that true connection only happens when you show up as yourself, not as who you think you should be. The people who mattered most accepted me, flaws and all. Healing isn't a finish line. It's a choice every day. I'm still learning, still growing. Some days are easier than others, but I keep choosing to be real, to be present, to be kind to myself. Every step forward is a victory, no matter how small. That's why I call myself chapter 6. Because that's when I stopped hiding and started becoming. It's not about having all the answers. It's about being brave enough to ask the questions and honest enough to live them. Your story matters. Start your own chapter 6. You deserve to be seen, to be heard, and to be real.